Good morning students. Welcome back to chemistry online class. All chemistry portions are completed. You have an assessment 3 that will be conducted on 22nd February onwards. Hope all you have received assessment timetable and portion status. Only 2 chapters from chemistry for this assessment. Chapter 6, Changes Around Us, and Chapter 14, Water. We have revised the Chapter 6 in the last live session. Today we can revise Chapter 14, Water. We can discuss some important topics. The most important topic from this chapter, water cycle. Water cycle has importance in the maintaining of water on our earth. Water cycle means it's a cyclic process. Cyclic means it's a continuous process. Continuous circulation of water from earth to atmosphere and again return back to earth. In this water cycle, which contain many processes for the circulation of water from ocean to air and again back to ocean. First process in the water cycle is evaporation. Water evaporated from water bodies like river, pond, ocean to atmosphere. Evaporation means water converted to its gaseous form. Next step is transpiration. Transpiration means plants release water into atmosphere in the form of water vapor. These water vapors are present in atmosphere. Third process, condensation. That means higher altitude of atmosphere, air becomes so cool, so this water vapor converted back to water. Cloud formation occur through this process. Cloud formation occur through condensation. Next process, precipitation. When these clouds have become too heavy, it fall back to earth in the form of rain, snow and hail. This process is called precipitation. The last process involved in water cycle is percolation. That means seepage of this water into soil. This continuous circulation of water is called water cycle. So water cycle involve evaporation, transpiration, condensation, precipitation and percolation. Next topic, cloud formation and how does it rain. All you have seen clouds in the sky. Through learning this chapter, you have learned how clouds are formed. You know that when we go to higher altitude of atmosphere, the air becomes so cool. So, water vapor present in air condense. That means this water vapor converted back to tiny droplet of water. These tiny droplet of water combine to form clouds. And these clouds are floating in the sky. When more amount of droplet of water combined, so the clouds become too heavy. Next, it begin to fall into the earth in the form of rain. It also fall in the form of hail and snow. Next topic we have discussed in this chapter, flood and drought. Excessive rainfall leading to flood. Water level in the water bodies like river, ponds, lake are increased. And all field, crop field, villages, cities, building all are submerged with water. And leading to flood. It causes great damage to crop field, domestic animals and humans. The opposite situation of flood is drought. No rainfall for a year or more in a region. That condition is drought. Soils continue to lose water by evaporation and transpiration. Water level in the ponds, river, lakes goes down and may even dry up. Groundwater may also become scarce. So, it's our duty to conserve water. Save water for future. For that, we have to apply the technique to increase the availability of groundwater. Rainwater harvesting is the method to increase the availability of groundwater. What is rainwater harvesting? Collect the rainwater and save it for future. In your textbook, you have to study two methods of rainwater harvesting. First one is rooftop rainwater harvesting. That means collect the rainwater from rooftop to storage tank through pipes. The rainwater from rooftop contain soil and some other impurity, so we need to purify it. Another option is allow the rainwater go directly into ground from roadside drain that collect rainwater. These are the main topics involved in this chapter. Children, prepare very well for your assessment 3 and perform your best. Score maximum mark. Wish you all the best for your assessment 3. So let me wind up today's session. Thank you.